Settlers of Catan't Even, where we talk about conspiracy theories, current events, and whatever else pops into our minds, all while playing one of our favorite games, Catan. I'm Katie, and I will be the moderator for this week. Today, our players are Maegan, Ben, CJ, and Jasmine.
Ooh.
Ooh. Today, we are playing the Heading for New Shores board. Same rules apply from last episode, however... If you forgot or are new, you can check down in the show notes for a brief explanation. I think the only difference in this board is that you gain 2 additional victory points when you land on a new island. And then how many victory points do we need, or do you need? I'm not playing.
14.
14.
You need 14 victory points to win. All right. And I don't know if anyone's getting a kick timer this week. I think last week... Was it Jasmine?
Jasmine got one last week.
It was Jasmine.
Yeah, last week it was Jasmine.
But
But
Last
it's okay
week I was
because she
having
was
trouble,
able to
but I
astral
think-
project.
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
I made up for it.
Good. You're able to contribute to the show more by
Yeah.
experiencing that for us. I don't know. I'm glad you got to experience that, I guess. I don't know. All right. Y'all have to... Did y'all accept the game? Have you
Yes.
started?
Yeah, where are we
Yeah.
doing,
We're about
Maegan?
to start.
Well, let's see what the board looks like. I have it set up next to me on the other computer today, so I get to actually see what y'all are doing. This is exciting.
Nice.
It will be very exciting.
Cool.
Cool. I know, it's thrilling. What's been going on? Oh, wait, who goes first?
Yeah. Well, the board's not too bad. And Jasmine gets to go first.
Ooh.
And I get to go last.
Ooh, lucky you. What's been going on since we last talked? Anything fun? Anything new?
You want to kill cats?
I have not
My
wanted to kill
terrible-
cats.
My terrible upstairs neighbors moved out.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
exciting.
Ooh, that's very
Mhm.
nice.
It's been silent. I love it so much.
But now you have
That's funny
someone else.
because my upstairs neighbors have just been like running around like crazy. I feel like whatever job they have, it's like they don't get home until maybe like 11 or something like that. Or
At-
maybe that's their
like at
they have a
night?
night shift. Yeah, 11 at
Ooh.
night. So, or unless they have the night shift, so that's when they're like trying to, I don't know, get up and start their day or something. But they have a dog, so their dog is constantly like running around like crazy. It sounds like they themselves are running around like wild animals. I don't know.
Maybe.
So I've been having difficulty falling asleep
Well,
with that noise.
Can we pause real quick? I'm about to make Craig join.
Oh no,
Okay.
Craig didn't hear anything we were talking about.
should we start over?
No, it's fine. We can just keep going from there. It's.
Okay.
I mean, Craig's
What
just
about
a
you,
backup.
Craig? What'd you do this week?
Ooh. Anything exciting? I don't think we've done anything exciting.
No.
Oh, our landlord's mom came to our house today.
Ooh, why?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Tell us that
Oh,
story.
It's not really a
fun.
story.
We just had to renew our lease, and so he sent it with her to bring down to us.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird.
We made the mistake. We made the mistake. We thought our lease was up August 1st or like July 31st or whatever. But actually it's not up till September 1st. So we've been bothering him because we're like, we need a new lease. And he was like, I thought it wasn't due till September. And we looked at our lease and we're like, oh yeah, it wasn't. But for August, we already paid him the new rate. So he got some extra monies from us this month. And we were like, just keep the money. Whatever. It was not worth trying to get it back. So definitely check your leases, y'all. Make sure that it's accurate. Or that-
Yeah.
You are accurate since we were wrong.
Is he having y'all pay a lot more?
No, it was a $75 increase, so it wasn't too bad. It's just we misread the lease.
I mean, I just didn't remember. It's been a year and a half. I'm not going to lie. I just don't know.
I mean, that's true too.
Yeah. It was, we did the math and it was cheaper for us to just renew our lease even $75 more a month than it would have been to get, pay for movers and have a deposit for a new place. And all. It just would have been, it's cheaper. It came out to like, I think less than 2,000 a year, or yeah, a year for the rent increase. So
Yeah, it was more advantageous to just stay here. Also, I kind of like not moving every other year or every year and a half. So
Yeah.
I was down to just sign another lease.
That's fair.
yeah, it's easier. We've also, I mean, I feel like I have moved a lot since college, and well, I've moved every year for the most part. Um, in college, and then except CJ, I don't remember how. I think it was 2 years we lived in South Austin. I don't remember.
Yeah, we lived there for two leases in 2 years ish.
I don't know. Moving is the worst. I don't recommend it if you
It
don't
sure
have to.
is.
I-
We considered asking the complex, though, if we could move to the unit above us so that no one will live above us.
That is a
But-
fair question.
That would be
I don't
nice.
know.
But
I
then
don't know if I really want to carry all of this stuff up a flight of stairs.
No.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could live in an apartment again with people above me. I get mad enough at the squirrels running around on the roof. I can't imagine people walking above me anymore. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just spoiled. That's probably what it is. I don't know. Everyone is so quiet tonight.
I'm
We're picking our
sleepy. I'm
pieces.
drinking coffee at 6:45
Yeah, I was really trying to
at night.
figure out just where I wanted to put my
That's
pieces.
fair. What kind of coffee are you drinking?
So this morning I made a pot of the HEB cinnamon hazelnut.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I made it in my Keurig carafe, and so it's actually still hot. So I wanted to drink iced coffee, and so I had to pour it over a whole bunch of ice, and now it's really watery.
Oh,
So I'm not super into it.
sorry.
But what I've been doing recently is I used to only drink black coffee, but now I've been like making coffee and then putting it over ice and putting unsweetened vanilla almond milk in it, and then like a splash of oat creamer, and it's so good, but not when it tastes like water.
That's fair. We got new coffee beans. It was vanilla almond, so we'll see what that tastes like. We haven't tried it yet. We'll let you know.
Hopefully, like vanilla and almonds.
Hopefully, it's HEB brand. So if you don't live in Texas, you don't have HEB, and you are missing out. I'm really sorry. So
I mean, there are even people in Texas that don't have HEB. I didn't experience it until I came to college because Dallas doesn't have HEB.
That
Wait.
is true. They are really a southern Texas thing.
wait, Dallas doesn't have HEB.
No, the farthest north you can go and still have an HEB is the north side of Waco. As soon as you leave Waco,
my
there's no
God.
more HEB.
No,
But there are still central
That's
markets.
so
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah,
Huh.
there are central markets in North Texas, and so periodically there'll be like a really exciting thing. It's like, oh, HEB bought land, and the DFW area is HEB finally going to expand, and then no, it's just central market.
so what grocery store did y'all go to growing up? Not that anyone cares, but for some reason I do.
Well, no, it's kind of interesting. So in our old house, we lived down the street from a grocery store called Minyards.
Maegan, do you have
So we'd go to
wood?
Minyards.
Sorry. No.
Okay.
And then right next to our church was a Kroger. So sometimes we'd go to Kroger. And if we wanted to be really fancy, we would go to Tom Thumb.
Ooh.
And then we moved. We were still in the same city, but like opposite side of the city. So we didn't go to Minyards anymore. But there was like a Food Lion that immediately like went out of business when we moved over there. And it's now also a church. So we would go down to the Walmart neighborhood market. And let me tell you, as somebody who's now lived with HEB, Walmart carries trash produce. And
They
so
really do.
to get good produce, we would have to go to Target, the super Target. So my parents still like blend grocery shop between the neighborhood Walmart and Target. But they don't go to like a proper grocery store because those like rarely exist anymore.
You know,
So I don't know. But we would go to Tom Thumb for the fancy stuff, and Tom Thumb is Randall's. So
I very vaguely remember you telling me at one point that your parents shop at Target for groceries.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. That's something I remember. I don't know. I can't even remember
Well-
what day it is, but I'm like, I know that Ben's parents shop at Target for groceries. Okay.
And the Target they shop at is huge. Like when that Target got remodeled for not a super long amount of time, but for like a couple months after it was done, it was the largest Target in the country. So
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
it's a pretty hefty Target,
I
but
love Target. I miss
That's
Target.
awesome.
I haven't been inside a Target since February.
I think we
I
went.
think that's the same for me.
I think we
Okay.
went last month to go, but we only went to go get something very specific. We didn't walk around and enjoy Target. We literally like walked in, got what we needed, and left. I don't know what we went there for.
You can't really enjoy Target at this point in time anyway, just because
Mhm.
you're like, I don't want to get COVID and die.
Yeah. Because if you can't just openly walk around Target drinking a Starbucks coffee, then what's even the point of going?
There is no point. It's just doesn't matter.
Absolutely no
And-
point.
I've gone to Target twice for like pickups where they've done the thing where they come to your car. But ooh, who do I want to throw this on?
And so it begins.
Who has a little number?
Oh, I thought you meant victory points. I'm like,
What?
you all have two. You all
No.
have
Like when the
little
game
numbers.
just started.
No. Megan has 2 11s. I'm trying to think of what would be less problematic to put it
Or
on.
you could put it on that
Not the
two.
wood.
Oh wait, you're touching.
The
Yeah, I was
2
gonna
is
say-
for me.
Never mind. Or you could
I'm
put
gonna
it
over
on that
here.
12.
on the 12
Or
yeah.
on
Oh.
Me,
Or
that's
on the
fine.
11. Well, I
I
have,
wanted a card from somebody, so
Oh,
Yeah, that makes
Sorry.
sense.
or you could have
I'm
put
being
it
mean.
down there where that ship was, and put the pirate
Well,
ship there,
it's
and
too
then
late now.
I mean, it is too late now. You're not wrong. So never mind.
there are
Anyway,
no
does
undos in this
anybody-
Catan.
It's true.
Anybody have wood?
No.
I don't even think that was a thing. Well,
Well,
heck. I'm gonna get one of these, which I never do.
those are good cards.
You've
They
said
are.
that
They,
twice now.
You know, they can make you win at the very last second, like I did last time.
I guess. Yeah, but no, the 2 times that we've recorded and I've gotten development cards, I think are the only times I've ever picked development cards in Catan.
Megan and I have both played before where we have earned, I think, like 3 victory point cards just from development cards.
Yep.
So it takes everyone by surprise. Maybe that's what you got. Who knows? We'll see if you play it next time. I don't know.
I'm out of coffee.
Oh no.
That's very sad.
Do you need to get more?
Yeah, so
Or will you be?
yeah, I'm gonna go make some more. So y'all play. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't talk crap about me because I'll hear it when I'm editing it.
Ooh, awkward. I think
Maybe I'll
that-
just cut it all out before
Hashtag
you
Fire
get
Nation.
it.
I think while
You right.
while Ben goes to make coffee, Megan, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll thank our
Anything?
patrons during that time. I'm letting him have some time to get out.
Bye.
So before we get completely started, and while Ben is making the wonderful juice of life that is coffee, I just wanted to say thanks to our patrons so far. We have KRVGN and Synthia, who are our 2 patrons. Yay! We really appreciate them.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate you.
And since we're still waiting for Ben with his coffee, I might as well talk about the perks now, and then I don't have to do it later.
Yeah, tell us about the perks.
So there are 4 tiers with our Patreon if you really care about us and really want to show us some support. That all of the tiers get you access into our Discord where we record our shows live, and I guess we do talk and hang out and stuff in there. So if you ever wanted to chat with us, that would be a way. You get a shout out in the podcast like we just did, and credits in the YouTube video. And then also after the podcast, we chit chat about the next episode and more, which we release to the supporters that chose which we release to the supporters that choose the Captain, Knight, or Settlers tiers. The Captain and Knights also get to tune in live on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. or whenever we actually decide to record, like tonight, which is on a Thursday night. But whenever we do that, we will let everyone know. Again, thanks to our patrons so much. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, head over to patreon.com/CatantPod and become at least a settler to hear the after show. Yeah.
It's great. We
Woo.
talk about really exciting things in the after show, so you really should listen. It's
We
quite
do.
entertaining, if I must say so myself.
And so since Ben has already told us what he's drinking, what is everybody else drinking today? If
I
anything.
have a birthday cake milkshake from P. Terry's. So I
Which is
decided to drink today.
delicious.
Yes.
I mean, it's
so
really
good.
just with like vanilla. It's a vanilla shake with some sprinkles in it, but it's good.
Ooh, maybe we'll
But
go
it
get one of those
tastes
after
so
this before the
delicious.
wild game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota plays tonight for the kind of for the playoffs. So, but their game doesn't start until 9:30. So if we're like, if we have time, we're gonna go get ice cream before the game. Who knows?
Nice.
But I
I
think
thought
that
they started
sounds
at
good.
9.
No, I checked it. It says 9:30.
Oh, okay. It changed again.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything that fun. I'm just drinking water tonight.
Ooh.
Stay hydrated. Water's good for you.
What did I miss?
Katie and I are drinking Starbucks.
We
Ooh,
miss
Ooh,
Starbucks.
So
yes.
good.
Yum.
Yeah.
I think I have a free drink,
What
but I'll
else?
probably wait to get mine.
Well, the Starbucks that we've been trying to go to, which is closest to our house, they've had that sign in their drive-thru the last 2 times saying that we're temporarily closed today. But not today, so we actually got to drive through Starbucks. Woo, woo.
Ooh.
We were excited.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, and it's been nice because I had some gift cards, so we didn't have to dip into real money, which was good as well. Or else we would be drinking our Panera.
But don't get us wrong, we have also had 2 cups of Panera today already each. So,
True.
you know.
There's no judgment with that. I've had 2 cups of coffee, so I know that Panera's coffee is larger than my cups, but still.
It's fine. Yours is probably better. So I'm going to read
I
this
don't know about that.
in case our listeners want to hear it. I'm on Facebook. I'm part of a lot of different like teacher groups, just to get ideas and because people post funny things because no one really understands the life of a teacher, I guess, unless you are one sometimes. So someone just posted a picture and it says, "I got kicked out of the Flat Earth group for asking if the 6 feet social distance rule pushed anyone over the edge yet."
Oh my gosh.
And I just thought it was really like fitting since, hopefully some of our listeners have already listened to that episode. And anyway, I just thought it was funny. And I was like, on a teacher group of all things. Huh, okay.
That was a good
That's
one.
great. That is awesome.
Yeah, it was a good one. Anyway.
So what is our topic today?
I'm so excited. Today we are going to talk. Well, I don't actually know now because I lost it on my iPad. So hold on.
Is it going to be
Oh.
complicated?
Just kidding.
Is it going to be serious?
Punny. Today we are talking about Avril Lavigne. I love Avril.
Same.
Are y'all all Avril fans or like do you know her? And
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her music from my youth.
Your youth, like right
you
now?
are still youthful.
So I actually
Isn't
got to
that
go see her
the lead
concert.
singer of Maroon 5?
Shut up. Megan, tell us about Avril.
Oh, it was. I mean, she was great. I was in 7th grade, so it was a while ago that it happened, but it was fun.
Prime Avril time.
It was the Best Damn Thing tour, so the CD with the girlfriend song on it. Oh no, my computer crashed.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
that's not
Wait,
good.
Are you
I don't know what happened
Well, I
because
mean,
we're
I can still hear
y'all.
you, so
Yeah.
So apparently it didn't
You're-
crash completely. I guess the external GPU crashed.
We'll just pause for a second.
Just hold on. We're gonna figure this out.
okay, I'm not touching anything.
This is great because the game is still there and you can still hear us.
Well, the game's gonna always be there because the game's not running on my computer.
Never mind. I don't know anything about the tech behind this.
I mean, if you can still see the game, well, you're on a different computer, right, Katie? Never mind.
I'm on my own computer, but then there's another computer next to me and I can see the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's a different computer than what Megan's using, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just went black. So
We're working on it. Sometimes, technical difficulties are a thing.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that. Huh.
Yeah, it was so weird because last week specifically, my Switch decided that it wasn't gonna be connected to the internet. And then once I figured that out, specifically Discord didn't want to work on my laptop, and so
Okay,
I don't know.
I can play again. All is good. We
Cool.
are good. Technical difficulties are great. Don't switch my audio, please, or else you'll ruin everything.
Well, that was an easy fix,
Okay.
it seemed like.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're talking about Avril Lavigne. I love Avril Lavigne. She's like a goddess. Like, she's perfect in every way.
She is pretty wonderful.
She might be the best damn thing.
She is. I forgot. So, like, I listened to Avril when she first was like popular in the early 2000s, and it just was so perfect for, you know, my middle school pop punk phase that I went through,
Same.
as in I'm assuming most people here. Did y'all all go through that same phase?
I don't know very many
Very
people.
No,
much.
I
that
was
didn't.
super preppy.
Yeah,
And
I remember.
didn't have that phase.
You know, go like the bus ride going to school in middle school. Like all of us basically were listening to Avril.
She inspired me when I was in middle school to paint my fingernails black. And I remember my father saw and he like flipped out and he thought I was like worshiping Satan or something. And like, I don't know. He was really mad. I mean, he got mad about a lot of stuff, but really mad about the black fingernail polish. So
Sounds about right. I've gotten that same treatment just for having some red highlights in my hair.
Oh my gosh.
you had red highlights.
People are
Yeah, but that
funny
was like in high
parents, I
school
don't
and
know.
whatever.
Cute. I think you should do it again.
Basically.
Yeah, do it.
At some point, maybe. Just we'll see.
Go for it. You could do the like magenta like pink highlights like Avril did in her hair.
Yeah.
And then you could match.
Yeah, match your
Should.
Catan color.
Yes.
Wait, nobody told me that while I was making coffee that the robber got moved onto me.
I didn't realize that
No,
happened.
Ben, that happened when
Yeah,
you
that
were
happened way
sitting
before.
in your chair after you got coffee.
I don't
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
No, it really did. I remember seeing
Had
it
I been
move.
drinking?
Coffee.
Well, now you know.
Did you add something to your coffee that we're not aware of?
No, I don't have anything.
Also, I
spicy
don't
in the
think
apartment.
we've rolled any threes, so we're fine.
No, I just hadn't noticed until just now. Oh,
Oh.
great! I'm so glad.
Awkward.
I love when this happens. My favorite thing.
Ben, did you also have a like pop punk phase or were you like, but I mean, did you? I don't know because like your
I-
family's very into the church, so I didn't know if that was, I mean, mine was too, but
Oh no, I wasn't so much pop punk as I was more into. Yeah, I loved like Panic at the Disco and Evanescence, but I was really into things like System of a Down and My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical
yeah.
Romance was
Stuff
also
that
a
I
good
would not look
one.
like I was into. I looked like I was probably into like, I don't know who was popular then.
Hillary Duff.
Demi Lovato. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love her, but Avril was on the light side of things.
uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yikes. Well, I don't know. I listened
I was
to
super edgy.
I was not. I listened to Avril and I really liked Blink 182 and Simple Plan. Like obsessed with Simple Plan. That was
I think
their
I was
name,
in
right?
high school when I listened to
Yes.
like Avril and Simple Plan and stuff like that.
Oh, because it was vintage by then.
Yeah, because you
I
were
know, it
still in the
really was.
womb.
Right.
You had no
Exactly.
idea what you were missing in the early 2000s. What an era.
Oh man, elementary school.
Shut up.
Gross.
Okay, so I didn't get into Avril and Panic and all those fun things until like 2006, 2007.
Well, you were late to the party.
I mean, that was my middle school time.
Again, you were late to the party, sir.
Yeah,
I mean, a
quite
little
late.
bit. Again, I got into Avril with the girlfriend album. No, we were just talking about this. It wasn't the girlfriend album because it was whenever she had like Skater Boy was out because MTV back then still played music videos in the morning. So that's what I would watch to get ready for
That was some
What?
shows.
good
Music
times,
television
too.
played music?
I know. It was crazy.
What an era to be a part of.
It really was. And
What
I
a time to be
remember
alive.
also
It was
like
the best
rushing
time.
home from school so I could watch TRL Live.
Yes, I always
Or
wanted
just
to.
TRL.
I always wanted to go and be outside and like screaming and waving and
Yes.
holding a poster,
Yes,
but it
me
never happened.
too.
Meanwhile, when I was in high school, I'd rush home to watch the Ed Sullivan Show.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh.
Am I aging y'all a lot right now?
No, it was most definitely a joke. So,
Yeah, but you don't know what anything is. That's before your time, you fetus.
ooh, oh, Jasmine has 5 victory points.
Yikes. Well, we better start
Mm.
talking about Avril so that we have enough time because she's so important that like we're gonna have to talk about her forever. My love of Avril has really come back like since learning about this to do
Oh.
this show. I missed her.
Wow. Thanks, Ben, for putting that on my rocks.
Yeah, you're
Well,
welcome.
we have
Right
to
there
slow
on
you
that
down
8.
somehow.
Mhm.
You monster with
Yeah,
your
this is what
5
happens
points.
when you're in the lead and people start putting the rubber on you.
You
Well, I
can't get
don't like
mad
it.
that somebody blue shelled you if you've been running in the lead this whole time.
I barely placed that, what's it called? Settlement in this last turn.
Yeah, well.
But you're still in the lead.
Okay, I want to point something out though that we can all see, so I'm going to point it out. Ben has 2 development cards that he has not used yet. So,
I just pulled one of them.
okay, but it's still 2.
So
So, there could be a
Oops,
victory point card in
CJ
there.
just got longest road.
Yeah.
See, there's more things happening than my little settlement down here.
All of this
I'm
just
like-
started happening.
Y'all
Yes,
better
no, I
This is
was
true.
Y'all better
just-
watch the
I was
YouTube this
just
week.
Saying.
There's a lot going on. This game is getting
Yeah,
a
this
little
game's
hyphy.
intense.
Ooh,
I feel like
another
compared to
7.
the other games that we've had.
It's because I'm
Oh,
prepping
good.
you like for the angry pop punk Avril that we're going to talk about.
So I was going to say, so why
can't
did you
wait.
bring up our wonderful Avril lovingness?
Okay, because there's this ridiculous theory about her life
Take
and
it.
things that have happened that I did not know about until I read about this. Apparently, Ben kind of knew about this, I think, but I didn't.
oh yeah.
So, and maybe it's just because I'm not in with pop culture as much anymore, but I don't know. There's a theory that emerged in the 2000s that Avril
Hold
Lavigne.
up. Jasmine, did you really did you really do that?
Yes, because I'm trying to get wood.
We rolled 111. I could have told you
Oh,
what we
well-
rolled.
Okay, well,
Don't worry, Megan.
it is
Now
what
I
there's
it is.
no
have
chance
a
of
night
getting wood.
card.
Oh, you're the best,
No,
Ben.
yeah, no worries.
Goodness. It's just a game, guys.
But it's not just a game. It's not just a game.
It's a way of life.
It is. It's a way of life. And anyone that is serious about Catan will tell you that that's what it is.
It's
And
a way of life.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You should see all the Catan groups on Twitter that I'm following now. Like those people are serious. So you should take this serious. Anyway, so Avril, back to the queen. There is a theory that emerged that Avril Lavigne died in 2003, and she's been replaced by an actor who has been portraying her ever since. So
Well, that's interesting.
that's what I read, and I was like, no. So,
Why do people think that that's a thing?
well, I'm going to tell you. There's a whole conspiracy behind it, so I hope you're ready. Okay, so a little background. Cairo is making herself comfortable on all of the cables that's running to all of our stuff. So if we just completely die in a second, it's probably because Cairo's fat butt unplugged something. Sorry. Anyway, so a little background on Avril Lavigne because she's an interesting person and I felt like y'all should know who she is in case you don't. She is a French-Canadian singer-songwriter and was very musical in her early life growing up. Her family was very supportive, especially her dad. She sang a bunch. She played multiple instruments. Her dad actually transformed their basement into a studio for her to practice. So she's always been around music. Music's been her thing. This has nothing to do with music or this theory, but I had to say it because it's important to me. She played hockey because she's from Canada, and everyone in Canada plays hockey. And if you don't know me personally, which you probably don't, I love ice hockey. I live in Texas, and I love ice hockey. And I have slowly brought Maegan over to the dark side, and I also love ice hockey now.
I do. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, so I get excited when I read that someone plays hockey or they like it because I'm such an anomaly down here in Texas. But when and this is so Avril. When she was young, she was always playing, as most, I guess, Canadian kids do. And by the time she was 10, she was actually in a boys' league, which, that's so Avril. She played in the boys' league because she was that awesome.
That doesn't really sound like something she would do.
It doesn't?
No, it does.
Oh, okay. I was like,
it totally
who are
looks
you?
like she would do that.
She would. And she
Yes.
did. She did. She continued to play into high school, but she also, at one point in high school, there's a whole interview with ESPN that's going to be linked in the show notes about it. But by the time she was in high school, she was like, I got to, focus on my music because that's really what she wanted to do with her life. So just a little bit about hockey that I thought was fun because it's hockey. Anyway, she started singing country music, and she did a bunch of country covers when she was younger. I know. Yeah.
Okay, that I did not know about her.
Now you do.
I feel like
interesting.
a lot of pop stars or singers either start in Christian rock or in country. I don't know why, but I feel like that is the trend nowadays.
Well, she started in country, and she did country covers, and then she won a radio contest. I saw the years 98 and 99, so maybe she won the contest in 98 and then did the performance in 99. But she won a contest where she got to perform with Shania Twain, singing one of Shania's songs, which was really cool because it's Avril.
Let's go, girls.
I know. She was discovered by her first manager while she was actually singing country covers at a bookstore in Ontario. So I was like,
Oh, wow.
And then she was signed by, I don't know how to say if it's Arista or Arista Records, Arista. Ben, you always correct me.
I don't actually know on this one.
Okay, well, she was signed by them.
But I'll Google it.
Okay. In 2000 for 2 albums. And then she debuted her first album, Let Go, in 2002. She was only 18 at the time. Keep in mind, she was really young. And it was the pop punk style. And it was just her whole persona. And it was just her. And if you've never seen a picture of Avril Lavigne when her first album came out, or if you were not into it in the early 2000s, like some of us were here at this virtual table, then you should go look her up. She's just the epitome of punk, early 2000s punk. She just is.
Or if your podcast player supports it, there will be a picture of her right now.
Yeah, because we can do that cool thing now. Thank you, Maegan.
Yeah.
Arista Records.
Arista.
Records.
Oh.
Arista Records.
Thank you, Ben. I love having you
You're
as
welcome.
The person that's correcting me and helping me out. So thank you. So she was considered a key musician in the pop punk world of the early 2000s, and she basically paved the way for other female pop punk artists. She was the big one, but then others were able to come out and I guess be them and do their thing. And now she has 6 studio albums, and the most recent one actually dropped in February 2019. So I don't know if she got to do a tour with it because of the pandemic stuff. I don't know. But, yeah. So, that's Avril. That's kind of a little bit about her past, why she's a queen. But now we're going to talk about the birth of this conspiracy theory and where it came from and everything that goes into it. So in 2011, a Brazilian fan page started this rumor that basically she had died. I think it's important to say that this entire page is in Portuguese, the whole thing. But Google Translate does work, and I was able to actually find the page, and I linked it in the notes as well, and you can translate it. So I did translate it into English to read some of it. But it started gaining traction in the conspiracy theory world. So they claimed that Lavigne was found dead in her home in 2003. Supposedly, she committed suicide, and she was replaced by her body double named Melissa Vandella. So their story is that basically the fame and stress of her music career and then just being in the spotlight all the time, like I guess typical celebrities, started to get to her. And so her team hired a body double to distract the paparazzi and to go out and do, photo shoots or things or just whatever that they needed things done in the public eye. So she didn't always have to do it. Supposedly this actress even would walk the red carpet for her.
Let me toss in a tidbit here because I was curious as to when 2003 occurred in her discography. It would be in between Let Go and Under My Skin. So I guess after Skater Boy sometime.
Yeah, and we'll kind of talk about that second album a little bit. Because her first album came out in 2002, and then I think the second one came out in 2004.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So that's who this Melissa person is. Supposedly the two became very good friends, and there's actually even a picture, and this is also going to be somewhere for you to see, where she has the name Melissa written on her hand, which is weird. I don't know why she had Melissa written on her hand. Do y'all know?
I don't.
I have no idea.
No.
Well, there's a photo going around the interwebs, and it shows her like with her fist out with Melissa on her hand. So I don't know. Anyway, so while working on her second album, her grandfather died. This is actually true. Her grandfather died, and this loss put a lot of stress on her, and she really was grieving hard over the loss of her grandfather. But they say, these conspiracy theorists say that this basically pushed her to her breaking point, and she spiraled into a deep depression and then ultimately took her own life, and that her grandfather's passing kind of like set it off, I guess. So that's the main theory of when she died or how she died. There are some other theories about her death that say that she died in a snowboarding accident and then she was replaced by Melissa. And then there's actually one theory that says she's still alive and just living her best life away from the public eye, and this Melissa body double is still continuing to portray Avril Lavigne. But there's a bunch of theories. Those are just some of them. So yeah, so that's what the basic theory is. So they claim, or this fan page claims, they have proof of this Melissa person, but there is actually no solid evidence that this person exists, that this Melissa Vandella is really alive. There's no confirmed like social media pages or anything. There, I mean,
Finn, I hate you.
What did you do?
Okay, so while you were talking, Jasmine got longest road from CJ, so now she has 7 points. And then she offered to trade with me last time a wheat purse down, and I said yes. And then I rolled a 7, so I immediately put it on her because she's got the most points, and I got my wheat back.
Good for you. Congrats.
Yay.
I hope you're happy.
I hope you're happy.
No, don't start that. No. Don't start that. Didn't. Anyway, so this Melissa Vandella is not actually confirmed. Like, she's an actress. She doesn't have an IMDb page, which people say is really odd because if you've been in like one episode of Grey's Anatomy, you have an IMDb page. You know, like I probably have one. I
Yeah,
don't even
that's
know it.
true.
Like, you know, like everyone has one. But Melissa does not. There is a Twitter account. The handle is at Avril is dead. And they claim to be this Melissa person. However,
I just got 7 stone with my Monopoly card.
congrats.
Yeah, that's a lot of stone.
Yeah.
It
Good luck.
is.
Yeah, I was kind of wanting to use that this round.
Well, I'll probably be willing to trade
So-
some with you.
Unless she uses it all.
I already ended my turn.
Oh, I didn't see that. Never mind.
Someone's gonna roll a 7, and you're gonna have to give away all your stone.
Stop. We're gonna pretend that's not gonna happen.
Goodbye, Stone. Anyway, so there's that Twitter handle that at Avril is dead, and the issue with that though is that her name is spelled wrong. Like the last name, like she says her like name is Melissa Vandella, but the last name is spelled wrong. So people are like, "You're not Melissa because your name is not spelled right, and you should know how to spell your own name." Also, like the handle at Avril is
Interesting.
dead is just stupid, but I digress. So anyway, Melissa, she has taken over as the new Avril, and she began dropping hints in the second album.
There goes all of that stone.
I thought you were like gasping to the what I just said, and I was like, it's not that exciting yet.
No, it was.
I just rolled a
it was
7.
just saying that. Yeah, that Maegan has 11 cards and then a 7 was rolled, and
But the
I just-
stone really padded my hand, so I didn't have to get rid of anything important.
Well, isn't that good? Nice for you. Did anyone else have to discard any cards, or everyone else okay?
No, I don't
No,
think.
No, I
think
have 0
Maegan was the only
cards,
one.
so
Okay. Ben, you only have 2 points.
I know.
Sorry.
And Jasmine blocked off one of my roads, so
Jazz, we already said that she's gonna be nasty tonight. So
That's what Jasmine does, though.
yeah, it's true. She's a dirty player.
I'm just playing the game.
You are
That's all.
dirty.
No, she's just being Miley.
Miley's
Yeah.
also pretty dirty.
At Miley is dead.
Don't say that. I can't have Miley be dead too. Stop.
We'll just have to do an episode about it.
No, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about Miley Cyrus, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
There are? What the heck?
There's also a conspiracy about Taylor Swift.
There's conspiracies about every. I want my own
I guess
conspiracy.
I need to start searching the interwebs a little
I
bit
think
more.
any celebrity probably
frickin-
has a conspiracy going on about them.
We could start our own. We could start one about one of us and like get it going. I mean, we have some followers on our like Facebook pages and social media and stuff, so like we could get it going.
Yeah, we already determined that I'm a lizard person.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
already
So-
said that.
we need
so
to make a Twitter page about that.
we need something
C-
different.
at CJ is a lizard person.
Yeah.
Do you think we'd get any
Oh.
followers?
Oh, Ben just got largest army.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Nice.
Good job, Ben. You got more points. Yay. Woo.
He's taking over the world with that army.
Yeah. Maybe he's
Mm.
Melissa. Anyway.
Oh, I just stole a wood,
Yikes.
but now I can finally build another settlement. Anyway. sorry.
Anyway.
So Melissa, what about her?
So Melissa, okay. So Melissa took over as Avril in 2003, and she began dropping hints in the second album as to what actually happened to Avril, to the Avril that we all know and love. So she leaked details in the record notes, lyrics, and some of the merchandise about Avril's passing. And there are some specific songs that have been quoted, including Nobody's Home, Slipped Away, and Under My Skin, and My Happy Ending. So these theorists say that those songs, like if you were to go read the lyrics, that Melissa is just saying basically what happened to Avril and like how it makes her feel, and I guess the emotions and things that she's been struggling with since Avril died. So 2004, her second album is released. Under My Skin was released. And that's when people started noticing more of a difference in Avril. Okay, I will say that I do remember noticing a change in her voice between her first and second album. I don't know if anyone else remembers that, but I do. With all of my...
I mean, yeah, there was a change. There's been a change throughout all her albums, though, I feel like.
With all of my middle school, junior high knowledge of music and singing, because, you know, I was in choir, so I knew everything. Duh. I remember hearing the difference, but at the time I was like, well, she probably just took voice lessons or whatever.
It's
Well,
like as she
there's
got popular,
also-
she got money for voice coaching.
True.
Well, there's that, and then there's also just like, you know, her voice is still maturing. There's several female artists out there that their voices, from just the strain of touring and growing and all of that, their voice just naturally changes.
Right. And I mean,
in my
now,
opinion.
I mean, you're true. And now, as a college educated musician, I guess you call myself, I don't know. I do know, like, I did learn, I took vocal pedagogy. So, your voice does not fully mature until you are a grown adult. And remember, Avril was only 18 when her first album came out. But anyway, so
Interesting.
people kind of noticed a change in her music. They're like, she sounds a little bit different. And they pointed out some physical differences. There are a lot of before and after pictures floating around the internet where theorists point out changing her, like, how her appearance changed. They point out skin blemishes, her nose was different, her facial features started to change. But again, like, I don't look the same as I did when I was 18. I don't know about y'all. You might. I sure don't.
I don't think I look the same as when I was 18.
I mean, I think CJ probably looks
That
the
was
same.
like 100 years ago, so.
I mean, I have a couple more
I
wrinkles.
think that we resemble our younger selves. We just look more adult-like now.
That's
More
fair.
mature.
Well, Jasmine doesn't, but I mean,
Oh,
but the rest of us do, because the rest of us
Okay.
are older. I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm just really on it tonight. I'm sorry. I gotta stop. But there are actually several pictures like that they like try to like they circle like the difference and they point to it and they're like, look at this. Also, all those pictures are in Portuguese and there's no Google Translate for the pictures. So if you can read Portuguese, like, have at it. But I couldn't. I just could, like, I saw where they were circled. I was like, oh, that looks different.
I have a friend who speaks Portuguese, so maybe I will reach out to them.
You have a friend that
and
speaks
ask for assistance.
Portuguese?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes, I do.
I don't know anyone that speaks
Excuse me.
Portuguese. Unless one of y'all do and you didn't tell us.
I only
No.
speak
I
Spanish,
was
kind
trying
of.
to learn Portuguese, but I wasn't keeping up with Duolingo. Hashtag not sponsored.
I don't speak anything. I took like 5 years of French and I still don't even speak French. So, yeah. Whatever.
I really need this pirate ship to go away.
Why don't
It
you
said
blow it
I
up?
no.
need to build ships.
Yikes.
Blow it up.
And I can't do.
Blow it up.
That's not how Catan works.
We don't have development cards that are called bombs, so
Boom.
Although we've never gone through all of the development cards, so maybe there might be one.
Yeah, but I don't think development card. You don't get new development cards when you get expansions.
Oh, shoot.
So
Sorry,
I don't think there
CJ, I
would
hit the
be.
wrong button.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
What if we just combined exploding kittens and Catan and then took some of those like exploding cards?
Catan.
Yeah, exploding Catan. That would be fun. All right. Anyway.
Right after we add in the phase 10 cards that are like skip, draw 4.
No, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Draw
Yes.
4 is Uno, my bad.
Can't do that. I can't. No. Mm-mm. Nope. We're just moving on.
Content.
Moving on. But if you're listening and you have never played, well, I think everyone's played Uno. But if you've never played Phase 10 and you're listening, you should play. It's one of our other go-to games besides Catan. It's just a card game. It's easy. It's fun. It's evil. We get mad at each other. It's great times. Anyway, back to Melissa. So, they also point out in these pictures that there are different birthmarks, and that, I mean, I guess birthmarks don't change, but they claim that, and Melissa has birthmarks and Avril doesn't, or vice versa. One of the things that I did think was kind of weird that her Avril Lavigne's height has changed several times on various different Google searches, so it's not always the same. Apparently, it has changed over the years.
I mean, it happens. My height also slightly changed 1 year
I mean,
since being an adult, I should say.
well, when I like slouch over because of my terrible posture, my height changes too. But I think generally it's the
Bless
same.
you.
Is it like drastic differences, like
I
2
don't
or
know.
3 inches different, or
everything-
it's like sometimes it's 5'6", sometimes it's 6.5 or something, so small like that in her height difference.
Okay, well, everything I looked up was always the same, but they say that there's different
Oh,
like
okay.
height change. That's what they say. That's what these
Seriously?
theorists say. That doesn't mean that I could find it because it's a theory, and I did not start this theory, so I don't know. They also point out that she had different tattoos, and I'm like, okay, well, because people get tattoos, but whatever. And they even said that her handwriting changed over this period of time when they were transitioning between Avril and Melissa. I don't know who knows her handwriting, but
Interesting.
Okay, but my handwriting changes like every hour. Like, if I'm writing like a page long thing, like my handwriting will shift throughout that entire page. Like, I'll start in all caps, and then I go to lowercase, and then I mix the two, and it's just like, occasionally I'll italicize. Like, it happens.
I mean, I guess.
But
I don't
granted,
know.
I guess it could have been a drastic change that they were like, this is not Avril's handwriting. Meh.
Maybe. I don't know what her handwriting looks like, so
I feel like only the people like in her small inner circle would know for sure if her handwriting had changed or not.
well, supposedly everyone in her small inner circle had to go along with this. So, what are you doing, Ben? You looked like you were like forcing yourself to smile. Sorry. Anyway, so I don't know. But again, that's just what they claim. I can't really prove any of that because that's just what they claim and because their pictures are in Portuguese and I just don't speak Portuguese. So I don't know. The other big change, they said that her style really changed drastically. That Avril would wear like, you know, punk clothes like in her first album and like it looked like she went to Hot Topic and like grabbed an outfit off the walls and that was what she wore, right? But when she transitioned to Melissa is definitely like more girly than Avril and there's lots of pink and she started wearing dresses and skirts and things. So it was just different. It was a change in style. So, which
You mean like she grew up a
I
little
feel
bit?
like that isn't a good supporting evidence because anybody's style can change.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
it
You
is.
know what I mean? So I just feel like that's not a good backup to say, oh, this is why it's Melissa. You know what I mean?
I mean, and even if when her style like changed, then it could. I mean, it was still essence of pop punk type look. It wasn't like here is this sundress. It was like here is this dress that you still got at Hot Topic.
Again, I'm not saying y'all are wrong. This is just what these people, these conspiracy theorists say. I'm just relaying the information to you. I'm not saying that they are right or they are wrong or you are right. This is just what the interwebs told me, sir.
Which is fair. I'm just saying, like, I'm just disputing the
Yeah,
interwebs.
I'm also disputing that as supporting evidence.
As you should.
We're just having an active conversation
so not
on the
only
topics
did like
at
her
hand.
style and her actual
CJ, you're muted.
I'm sorry, I forgot that I was muted because there was something going on in the pipes of my apartment and I didn't want that to get caught up and then I wanted to interject on what was just being talked about anyway.
We'll interject.
Now I've already forgotten, so it doesn't matter now.
It was about her
Aw.
dress and her changing style, maybe. I
Or
don't
was
know.
it about her tattoo? Or
Oh,
her
no,
nose?
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, we're just having an active conversation about what the topics that are being presented to us. So we're not
Yeah.
saying
yes.
right or wrong either way.
Well,
I don't know. It just sounds like everybody's making things so complicated.
ba-doom-tsh. was like,
Yeah.
we have that. You don't need me to do that. We have that on the soundboard.
I always have to remember what color it is because I mean they're gonna do the or, and those are two vastly different responses.
I mean, I'll take the applause. That's fine.
Applause, the applause. Wait, that's Lady Gaga.
That is Lady Gaga.
Sorry. Okay, so there is a transformation of her physical person, and people also point out the transformation of her music. An argument has been made that her music has completely shifted to a more pop style, and the original Avril music is just completely gone, and we don't have it anymore. And that can be seen specifically in songs like Hello Kitty, which we don't really talk about, Girlfriend, and Here's to Never Growing Up. So, I mean, but I don't know, just look at Taylor Swift. I
Yeah,
guess.
like
Yeah, it's
original
like-
Panic at the Disco and new Panic at the Disco aren't the same Panic
People
at the
can
Disco.
change their sound.
Artists
I mean,
evolve.
unless you're listening to the original album that came out, like her very first one, like the physical CD copy, and then you're also trying to stream it on like Spotify or iTunes or something like that, and it sounds drastically different, then okay, maybe. But not if you're trying to compare her first album to her latest album. Because as we've seen with many other artists, you can change the way that you sound. So-
Imagine if people tried
I
that
don't
argument
know.
with Cher.
I
No, I'm
mean-
serious. Like Cher has sounded so different over time, and she's physically changed her appearance. Like the Cher you. Well, if you could
I
turn
mean-
back time, you
Sorry.
would see that Cher is completely different. So, I mean, why would
Yeah.
it be any different for Avril Lavigne?
Because it's
Avril
Avril.
Lavigne and Cher are, yeah, I guess.
Because Avril
Anyway.
has to stay the same because, it's Avril. What were you saying, CJ?
I was just kind of saying along the same lines, like all of us have our styles and everything has changed over time. Like it's kind of a weird piece of evidence that they're presenting
Right.
as for why she like disappeared and now somebody's like doppelganging her.
I mean, it's true. When I was in high school, I was singing Caro Mia how is it? I can't even say it. I was trying to be stupid. Caro Mio Ben. And 24 Italian songs and arias when I was in high school, and now I'm singing Snail Snail. So, there's a big shift in what we do. Anyway.
I really am going to look back on your Snail Snail years as the most formative in your musical career.
It's great. I love it. I've actually played the game Snail Snail. I've played it. Maybe we'll play it next time. Y'all can come over, like post-pandemic. We'll play Snail Snail.
We'll make sure to record
Okay,
it
so
too.
in 2030.
I saw an article
That's
today.
ambitious.
Big-
More like 2035.
I saw an article today that some scientist was like, we should have a vaccine available to the public in a matter of months by this fall. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, that's not about Avril.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was just like, I don't know even if like it was available. Like, I mean, I don't think I would honestly get it because we don't know the lasting effects yet. Because vaccines have to go through like 3 rounds of testing, and the last round is like seeing how it will last in 10 years. Well, fun fact, it's been like months since COVID-19 has sprouted.
It's been like 10 minutes, so not 10 years.
Anyway,
I'll just go get it, and then we can all see what happens to me. And if I die, then I die.
I don't want you to
Say
die,
la vie.
Ben.
We need you. You have
can
to do
replace me with
audio.
Melissa.
We'll replace you with Sydney.
Melissa's busy. She's living her best Avril life right now, and Sydney can't do this. Sydney's too stupid.
Yeah, she can. No,
she
I
can't.
believe in her. Meow, 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 meow.
She's not in here. I don't know where she is. Oh, she might
Oh,
be hiding in a box
dang
or
it.
something. I
Awkward.
don't know. Cairo's still up here
Mm.
though.
She's underneath my
Oh,
feet.
let me
She's
talk
all-
to her.
She doesn't understand that. It's like,
I have to tell y'all something, and you won't appreciate it unless you've watched Lord of the Rings. And I told CJ this the other day.
Oh.
Okay. So I was watching Lord of the Rings the other day. I was about to say episode 1. The Fellowship of the Ring. And,
that's Star
Anyway,
Wars.
yeah.
Same thing.
Basically. And the part where they're trying to get into Rivendell, and Arwen is trying to take Frodo over the river to get into Rivendell to like cure him.
I know I forgot about this.
Sorry, I'm laughing. Anyway, and there's these evil like horse god creatures called the Nazgul, and they do this like I'm not gonna do it on here because it's gonna hurt your heads, but they.
And y'all have killed
Okay, everyone, Katie has died.
Sorry
Rest
for
in
everybody
peace.
whose ears were just splintered.
I
That
will
is
lower the
listening to
volume.
this.
That's gonna be our
We will make it. It's just that sound. I would love that.
My face hurts.
Oh, also, I figured out why my computer went black earlier. It wasn't because of anything
Why?
malfunctioning. It's because sleep timer was on, and I'm not like touching my mouse or my keyboard.
Oh.
So, you know, it went to sleep.
CJ, why did you have to put it on my Wii?
Why did you have to put it on my sheep?
I'm
Because
crying.
that was a 12.
Oh, and a 3 is better? Much better, I should say.
It is, because it's mine.
Oh, look
See,
at that.
Michelle,
If I
you
hadn't
got a
moved
12.
it, if I hadn't moved it, I would have gotten my 12.
I'm still crying from the Nazgul. So let's go back to the Nazgul.
I like that we're not even talking about Avril Lavigne anymore.
We'll
get back to her.
It's part of the journey.
I'm sorry.
I wish that
I hope
had
everybody is like
seen-
laughing at us laughing because that is some quality entertainment.
Well, I wish I'd seen Lord of the Rings so I could, laugh.
I mean, you can just laugh at the
hysterically.
noise. Like, that's what I did.
Well,
And
Yeah.
the fact that Katie's
You
like
can
dying.
you can watch Lord of the
literally
Rings with
dying.
us eventually.
I want that
Jasmine,
to be
just
our
while
chapter
we have this
artwork.
conversation, take your headphones off and go astral project and then come back.
okay. Yeah, let me do that too. Twice in 1 week.
Yep.
Now that I am sobbing, so I left the room for a second, and I closed the door, and I've seen the Lord of the Rings like so many times. I have like the whole script like memorized. I know exactly what's going on all the time, like down to like the timestamp in the second. Like I'm a nerd. But there was a scene where the Nazgul are trying to cross the river, and I opened the door because I went to the bedroom. And I opened the door, and Cairo is sitting down right in front of the door, and
You're the only one that knows the story.
So basically,
Cairo.
at this.
go ahead, CJ.
Okay, I don't know if you're going to make it through the story, but basically when Katie opens the door, Cairo screams at the same exact moment the Nazguls scream as the river is crushing them.
That's the same sound.
And the sound that we made earlier, that is what Katie heard from both Cairo and the TV.
My cat is ugly.
I like that it took us like 20 minutes to tell this one story because of the sound that Cairo makes.
I hope Ben can make this sound better because I'm gonna die.
Oh,
Anyway,
I will. But those poor people watching us play on YouTube, they're going to hear this whole thing.
Maybe I'll put in some timestamps on YouTube this time.
it was one of those, and the reason why it was so funny is because it scared me. Like I was so startled at the same because it was and the TV was really loud because I forgot to turn it down because I forgot how loud the Nazgul were, and like Cairo was really loud, and I just like I lost like a whole 10 years off my life because of how much how startled I was. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that. I don't know why we're talking about the Nazgul and Cairo. Dear God, I'm sorry. Anyway,
Because I was going to talk to Sydney and then she wasn't in the room, but Kyra was. So then I tried to talk to her. In
Actually,
Nazgul.
Sydney is in the room.
and-
She's underneath my feet, apparently.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Can you not eat the cable, Sydney?
Anyway,
this
so-
is all my power.
Melissa.
So Melissa, there is one more proof of or one more piece of evidence that they like to throw out there, which yeah.
I'm so tired of these sevens.
Same.
Goodness.
So there was an interview some point after the switch between Avril and Melissa, and it was also after the this conspiracy theory came out, where Melissa supposedly was being interviewed, and she was asked about if she was Avril's double, and if Avril is dead, and is she really Avril, or are you Melissa? And supposedly she stumbled and she couldn't really get like a clear answer out, and she just became very nervous and uncomfortable. And the website where I read this had a link to the video of the interview, but the video is no longer available. There are many other interviews with Avril, but I don't think it was this specific one. They are interviews later on, post like conspiracy theory, where she was asked about it. And I watched some of the other interviews, and like she doesn't look like she stumbled, so I'm assuming that video is no longer up, or I just can't find it. I don't know, but
Or she's had years to practice now, and so now she doesn't stumble about it. Ooh.
could also be very true. That could be true. I can't with. Anyway, so there are some other like really outrageous theories.
Jasmine just took longest road with 13 roads. CJ had it with 9.
did.
Yeah, she sure did.
Yikes.
Yeah, she like connected her starting settlement, so she's got the
Jeez.
board cut in half.
Good
Just
job,
to-
Jasmine.
Just
Sorry,
in case
CJ.
y'all are
Thanks,
curious,
guys. I came
Jasmine.
to
No, it's
win.
fine.
Jasmine has
I came to
13.
win.
Jasmine has 13 roads. CJ has 9. Megan has 7, and Ben has 4. So Ben doesn't have a lot of roads. I'm sorry. So I told you that
It's true.
it is true. The other theories earlier that people said that she's still alive, or she died from a snowboarding accident. But there are still
Oh, wait, hold on. I was going to say something about that interview video that you just talked about.
yeah.
But I haven't seen that video. You said it had, been taken down, whatever. She might be more comfortable being Avril at this point, who knows? But I was going to say, if I were to be on an interview and someone were to ask me if I'm dead and a double and filling in and all these other questions, I think I would also be caught off guard and potentially stumble over my response and not to just think that the whole world thinks I'm literally dead when I'm right here on TV. I don't know. It feels like a weird, also a weird piece of evidence to have. But
It's all
don't
weird.
know.
Like, this is all weird evidence. Like, and this is why
Yeah.
it's a conspiracy theory, and why
yeah, no, exactly.
it is weird. I mean, I don't know though. Some of those like reptilian videos of Biden, those are pretty convincing. But this interview could not be found, so not convincing. I
So who
guess.
knows? Okay.
Yeah. There are other like
Imagine
really.
Biden's running mate is just an alligator.
I was
We'll find out sometime next week.
I was prepared for you to say his running mate was going to be Avril, and I was going to be so excited because she deserves that after the life she's lived and what she's had to put up with. But anyway.
Can she be vice president and be Canadian?
Oh no,
I
never
don't think
mind.
so.
I take it back.
At this point, probably.
That's true. The rules don't matter anymore, so anyone can do anything. I think Cairo should be VP or the Nazgul. Someone. So some of the other outrageous theories that I read was one. There's a rumor going around, and again, it's all over the internet. That said that Melissa is actually a clone created by the government to distract the public from major
What?
conflicts in the world. So they made a clone of Avril to distract us. So
CJ, I see you coming for largest army.
I'm not really. I'm just kind of doing shit.
language. And then
Wait, so they made a clone to distract us from what? From the bad things in the world, right?
yeah, from major conflicts throughout the world, because this one
I like
clone could do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Claire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that would totally distract us from COVID right now. There's no
need-
new music, so that's failing anyway.
It's not really
Well,
working
I was
right
gonna
now.
say, like, as someone who has barely even heard of Avril's music, like when she first came out and supposedly did, this doppelganger switch, like, I was in elementary school. I wouldn't have been paying attention to that. You know what I mean? So I think it's funny that she, of all people, would be what they, who they decided to use as this distraction.
I mean, if it was gonna be like a popular person, like a singer or actor or someone, I would think that right now their clone would have to be like Taylor Swift, because she is still making music right now.
I mean, I guess I kind of succeeded. Like for all of 48 hours, all I saw was Taylor on my social medias. But it went away pretty quickly. I did too.
There's an echo.
You're echoing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
odd.
I get.
Am I echoing now? I'm
Nope.
not.
What
No.
about me? No, someone had to
No,
have
it's
something
gone
on.
now.
No, it echoed again.
I heard it.
Now I heard it from Ben.
Ugh.
I don't know.
Does somebody not have their headphones plugged in?
Not us.
Mine
Yeah,
are plugged
mine are plugged in.
I'm plugged in, but I'll redo mine.
Maybe Sydney ate your cords.
What about now?
I didn't hear you.
I didn't hear an echo.
Echo.
I unplugged my headphones and I plugged them back in.
That's always the answer.
Yep, usually is.
Mm-hmm.
That fixes everything. So,
Coming from
It sure
professional tech
does.
support. Sounds right.
there's another theory that says Melissa is. This is my favorite. I hope this is true. Melissa is actually an android or a robot that is meticulously detailed and built specifically to replace Avril by the music industry.
I love
What?
that.
But why?
I love that for Melissa.
Because at this point, why not?
Why not?
I wonder if it would be like the Black Mirror with the holograms. Like they had that hologram concert stuff going on in the last season. Was it last season or was it the season before?
I think that was the last season when it was Miley.
Yeah.
That was this whole time. This is exactly what it made me think of, was the Black Mirror Miley Cyrus like
With
clone.
the doll and stuff. Yeah. That was a weird one.
Have y'all watched Black Mirror?
No, I've never seen it.
Yes, but I haven't seen that episode.
It's like the season. It's a whole season. It's not just I guess it's like one.
Oh, is it the newest one?
It's the newest one. It's like the only episode in the season. I don't know. Anyway,
I haven't watched that newest one yet.
you should. It's very different. And this you'll watch it and you'll be like, hey, it's like Avril and Melissa. So that's the theory. That's basically the theory. What do y'all think? Is Avril dead?
I would say no. But
I would say no as well.
everything.
I would say yes, because there's no way she would have chosen to marry Nickelback if she'd been Avril for real.
She's not married to him anymore.
I know, but she was for a hot minute.
I mean, we don't personally know Chad. Maybe his name is Chad, but maybe he's a really good guy. I'm gonna say he's not because she divorced
Was this
him.
a controversial opinion? A controversial opinion of mine to say that she wouldn't have really married Nickelback?
I mean,
Okay, sorry. Well, he wrote Hello Kitty for her, so there's that.
you know, I'm gonna come out and say this, and people are probably gonna not want to listen to us anymore after this. But I fully enjoyed Nickelback when I was in middle school. I liked his song, or liked their songs. I'm not gonna lie, I liked him. Okay, I liked him.
Did you like them? Are you done saying you liked them?
I just really wanted to make sure everyone understood. So again, you don't have to like me.
I will have to agree. I think Nickelback had some good music.
I only know that one with the picture or the photograph or whatever.
Look
right?
at this photograph.
That's
yeah,
a
that one. That
great
was the
one.
only one that I knew.
I can't tell you any other songs off the top of my head except for Photograph, but I very vividly remember the whole music video for that one.
But you really liked
Oh.
Nickelback. But you can't remember any other song.
If I heard other songs that were if they were popular, If I heard another song,
So you weren't a fan, you just listened to their singles.
yes, because it was on
Gotcha.
the radio
Right,
or on
right, right.
MTV or VH1 when they still played music. So
But you
Who
really liked
put the
them.
rubber on the 10?
I did.
Not me.
Maegan is picking on me now because
It
I
was
like
Jasmine.
Nickelback.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
I don't like them now. I don't even know what they do now. I don't actually listen to any
Nothing.
music now.
Well, I was gonna
so-
say I feel like I can't believe the Melissa is Avril theory, because it just, of all people, why are you choosing her specifically? Why is the music industry doing this? Why is the government doing this to her only?
But
Because
why
I feel like they
not?
would have had to, chosen a few people throughout, the last 20 years to do this to
Okay, but
keep up the ruse of distracting us from
Here's the
whatever
deal.
else is happening,
Here's the deal. Avril Lavigne is not the only person who is like in pop culture that has a conspiracy like this. There are many, many like celebrities, I guess, who have conspiracies.
Yeah,
like
didn't
this.
they
Oh.
say that they replaced Michael Jackson?
Like a lot of people have been replaced, supposedly. So, yeah.
Well,
Like,
this is
ooh,
the
No!
first theory
Clay.
I've ever heard of.
Ha!
CJ!
I just took all your
Yikes.
clay.
Well, Jasmine, I would think that this is maybe like the only one you've ever heard of because we're talking about it. And if I decided that like not to talk about this, that you wouldn't have known. So
Right, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I have never heard of anybody else, being killed and replaced with a doppelganger.
We have
Ben,
another
if you
one
have
on the
any
list.
weed, I'll give
though.
you some clay
Like-
back.
Like, we have another one on the list of topics to talk about. And
Oh,
then
okay. Well, like, if we could add more people to like that have this kind of theory,
lots
I
of
would be
musicians, lots
interesting
of
to hear
celebrities
that.
have these theories about them. Like, this isn't a new thing. It's the first one we're talking about.
Yeah, no, and I'm sure it's probably not a new thing. That's not what I'm saying. It's just
CJ,
I've never
I have
heard
one.
of it.
I can trade you one. No, I can't. Never
It's too
mind.
late. I've already traded with the bank.
I mean,
I
to
didn't
be
want to
honest,
interrupt them because they
awkward.
were talking, but
Sorry.
whatever.
to be honest,
No,
I haven't
no,
heard
we
of
are
them
fine.
either until right
Hmm.
now. Like, until we
Yeah.
started researching. Like, it was just something I just kind of like don't listen to. I mean, also, I hadn't really heard of Project Pegasus outside of Marvel, and I also hadn't heard. What else have we done? Oh, the Denver airport stuff I hadn't heard of, and like I slightly knew of lizard people, but not to the extent that I do now.
I mean,
I
think-
feel like a weirdo because I'm the only one who knew about these things.
well, I've known about some of them. But I think that's all. Well, I knew about Flat Earth because I'm the one that was like, let's do this one for the first
I think
episode.
Flat Earth is also like a pretty
That's a
common
pretty
conspiracy
common-
theory to hear
yeah.
about. Like, I mean, that's also what people believed in back in the day. Like that was what the deal was. Like,
Back in the good old days.
Yeah, pretty much, Katie.
Yeah. Of dysentery and scarlet fever and
the
those
plague.
things. The plague is back.
Are we talking about today or yesteryear? We will never know.
Sorry, I'm like coughing a lot tonight. My coffee is like, anyway,
Your coffee has you coffee.
it does. It's not COVID, I
Uh.
promise.
You know what? If it is, it's not like any of us are gonna get
Yeah,
it.
I'm like, you're the
Only
only person you're
me.
affecting is
True.
Maegan.
Only Maegan. Well, if I already
Well,
told
and the thing
Maegan-
is, if you already have it, Megan already has it.
yeah.
So
Well, and I already told Maegan if I get COVID from work, like I'm taking them down with me too. So like we're going down together. So anyway,
we're going down.
Sugar, we're going
I'm
down
sorry.
swinging.
maybe we should. I think that
Does
he's
That's
anybody
playing the
have-
Avril song.
I think that he's got a conspiracy about him too. We could also pull him in. Anyway, so okay, so that's the theory. That's the theory. That's what came out.
That's the
this
theory.
Brazilian fan, and it really just started from this one Brazilian fan page. One page, one person.
Mhm.
It started in Brazil, and it really gained traction in Brazil, and then it slowly started leaking out around the world. So this theory comes and
Interesting.
goes every couple of years. Like every few years, it kind of comes back and it shows its little face, and then it goes back into hiding. So the Brazilian fan page, though, it was the page creator later came out saying that he made it all up. It's all a hoax. He made it up. It was an experiment to prove how, with the right evidence, you can, and I say evidence in quotes because evidence, you can make people believe anything they see on the internet, which I don't think he's wrong.
Wasn't that the whole premise of
Right.
like, what does the fox say music video or whatever, or song? Like, that's what I heard whenever that was released. Like, they just did that, like, group of guys or whoever just did it because they wanted to prove that Americans would, like, basically fall for anything at that point in time. I don't know if anyone else
I mean, that's
heard
still
that,
true.
but that's what I had heard.
I don't know, but I know that Kids Bop has made their own version of that, and like my kids and I like jam out to "What Does the Fox Say" all the time in class. So I don't know. So anyway, this guy who made this page, he said Avril's alive and there's no body double. He literally made every part of this story up. And so he said that, like, he has come out and straight up said that, but it's this theory still comes up. In 2015, a BuzzFeed reporter, his name is Ryan Broderick, he actually heard this while he was in Brazil doing whatever he was doing. He heard the hoax, or he heard the theory, and he tweeted about it, and he thought he was tweeting making it like a joke. But he says that because he tweeted about it, he feels like he really brought it to life again, and the popularity of it spread in the United States. So prior to this, it was really like, it was a Brazilian thing. But he claimed that maybe his tweet was one of the reasons why it spread, other places. And then
Wow, CJ, coming for me.
And he took my largest army.
Wow.
this is a close game.
This is a cutthroat game here, guys.
Yeah,
It
and it's going to
is.
last for a while, so we're going to have to vamp because it sounds like you're at the end of all of your information.
Oh, it's great. It's fine.
No,
I
you have
still got
other
more.
random facts about Avril we can throw in.
Always. And then in 2017, the Twitter that I told you all about earlier, the @AvrilIsDead, the fake Melissa, the person behind that Twitter account actually came out and apologized for starting rumors, and they eventually changed their name from Melissa Vandella to The Game Is Over. So people apologize. People are like, it's fake. We know it's fake. But I think like the problem is that people, even when like these Twitter users and this page creator came out and was like, no, I made it up. It's fake. Like, there are still people that believe it. And it's bizarre. Now I will say that one thing that did happen is Avril did disappear for several years, around 2015. And I didn't know this about her. And this is also, again, when one of the theories came back, right? When it was spreading again, because people were like, where is she? She's not out and about. She's not making music. And the reason why she was gone out of the public eye for she was gone for like 2 or 3 years, was because she was battling Lyme disease, and her divorce from Chad Kroeger. That's his name, right? Kroeger.
Yeah.
So
No, his name's just Nickelback.
okay, well, she had Lyme disease and she was divorcing Nickelback. So and this time when she was like out of the public eye also lined up with when that BuzzFeed reporter tweeted in 2015. So people were like, well, you're right. She's not here. Something's amiss. But like, actually, she was just really sick. And it's unfortunate that people just assume like these crazy things when someone is just battling a disease and is really suffering. Because I read about her struggle. Like, she really suffered. So I'm glad that she's okay now, because I would be sad if she wasn't here with us.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
anyway.
I was gonna say, not that the creator of that, page couldn't be like, hey, I was just kidding. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I feel like you don't hear people come out and say like, yo, this was just a giant prank.
Yeah.
And so I feel like maybe there was some truth to it. And then he's like trying to backtrack because someone reached out to him and was like, yo, you're onto us. Can you just like not tell
Can you
everyone the
not?
truth. You know what I mean?
I mean, and I think that's
or
the
something
fun,
like that. I mean, that could be part of it as well.
right? I mean,
That
don't
could
know.
be true.
I think that's the fun part about conspiracy theories is like there's all of these like what ifs, and you could say like, okay, well, what if it did happen and someone did what you said, Jasmine,
Yeah.
but like really in the end, I mean, I personally think what happened is like Avril just grew up. Like she grew up, she changed her
Yeah.
style of dress, she changed her music. Like
Mm-hmm.
we all grow up.
Ah!
Oh my.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm
this
sick
is
and-
another game of lots of sevens.
Yeah. I'll be curious to
It's-
see how many we actually roll with this game.
It's funny because you say she grew up, but one of her songs is "Never Growing Up."
Ba-dum-chee. um, there it goes. But I mean, that's
But yeah, no, I think it's also just like your interests change, your style changes. Like it doesn't necessarily mean she is dead.
right. And I think the
Goodness.
issue is that
Just want to
like
keep some stones, guys.
a lot of the like original Avril fans, like when her first album came out, like I think it's more of like a nostalgic thing at this point. Like people still want her to be the same and they still want her music to be the same because it's like, oh, it takes me back to like when I was doing this in this time in my life. And, like I really just think it's the fans that just keep propelling this because like ultimately I think that like some people would rather just say that she's dead and like then accept the fact that she's different and she's changing. Like the people that are really, really into her stuff, like don't want to
Mhm.
accept like that she has changed or grown up or like is an adult now and not 18.
Right.
But,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean that's my opinion. There's also like lots of issues with this conspiracy. Timelines change like the timeline of all this happening, like the years that I told you, that all changes. Like and I even found like discrepancies in the years and stuff. I tried to do my best at like nailing down one timeline and sticking to it, but there are many different timelines, like with different dates and like years and days and months and stuff. It just nothing lines up, it seems like, between different websites. Like they're not consistent at all. And there's multiple theories. Like there's not just one theory about this. Like people have made up a bunch of them. So it's just not consistent, which is really typical with conspiracy theories, I think, especially the ones that have to do with like popular culture, because popular culture is such a thing that like the average person cannot really identify with. I mean, like we can sit here and say like we listen to this music and we watch these movies or this TV show, but like it's not us. I mean, I don't really think that we understand like, I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but we always just need something to talk about. Like we always want to talk about something.
And I feel like celebrities are probably the easiest to do this to because they do have like their whole private life that no one is actually like able to know about unless you're inside their like inner circle. So like, I mean, I didn't know Avril had Lyme disease and neither did you. And I don't know when that became like public knowledge, but like, I'm sure her people that she's closest with are, or do you know? Grammar.
Yes, grammar. I mean, it's true. And I mean, we always want someone to talk about, like, and we always, like someone, like a celebrity or someone in like pop culture, like they're more exciting than we are. Like, if you think about like their lives, like it's more exciting to think about what they do than like what we're doing right now when we're all sitting on our couch watching The Office for the second time during the pandemic. Like, come on, like that's not exciting. That's us, by the way. That's Maegan and I. That's what we're doing. Well, yeah.
We just finished that, so we're not doing it
Freaking
anymore.
kidding me.
Okay, but we finished it. We watched it twice all the way through, and we finished it the second time. And Megan's like, "Okay, put on something else." And so I just went back and put
Yeah.
on episode 1 of The Office again, season 1, episode 1. So I
Oh.
wanted to watch it a third time, but
Yikes.
now we're watching other trash. But anyway, that's the Avril theory. That's Avril, and she's dead, and Melissa, and all the things. She's not really dead though. I wish Avril Lavigne would listen to us. Wouldn't that be cool?
I would
Yes.
say
I
we could
mean,
tag
she
her in
might on
this.
this one.
Get her to be on our list of sponsors that doesn't exist.
Right? right?
After Jeff Goldblum and Nicolas Cage.
And Panera and Starbucks.
And now Avril.
Do you think she would
Oh,
even
and
want
Whataburger,
to?
because we talk about Whataburger a lot on here.
And HEB. We talk about HEB.
I cut a whole conversation about Whataburger and HEB on episode
That's
2.
true.
So.
But it's on the YouTube. So
Yeah.
True.
it's still there. I would love it if Avril would listen to us.
CJ,
but
stop.
I don't think she will. I don't think that
I
this is probably
don't
her
want
cup of tea.
Well, that,
robbers
and she
on
probably
me,
tries
so
to-
thank you.
To distance
Then
herself from
don't
this
put it
rumor.
on me. Jasmine
or
has as
this
many points as
conspiracy
you.
Harry, the robber's not on you. It's on the desert. Yes, I took a resource from
But
you,
you took
but
something from me.
This is a long game.
what was it? Do you want it
It
back?
is. I want to be done.
It was a piece
No.
of wheat.
I just want
It was a wheat card.
to
I saw
finish this
it.
game.
How is this game still going?
Well,
How many
Jasmine
points
and
do we
CJ
need?
all have 11. Both have 11 points, so we've got a little bit of time because need 3 more. Well, they need 3 more points to win.
Yikes. Can y'all speed it up? I don't
I
there's
really
nothing
want
else more to
to.
this theory. Like this was a really like cut and dry basic here you go theory. There's not a whole lot of what ifs.
But every time I try to finally do something, we roll a 7 and I lose all the cards in my hand. I'm getting so frustrated.
I can tell.
And this is what happens when we play Catan for an hour and a half.
It's really been an hour and a half.
Well, that's an hour and a half from when I
Yes.
started recording.
Yikes.
Okay, so I mean, I
Oh, I meant
shouldn't
to
say
hit
obviously.
yes.
So
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So I don't believe in this conspiracy theory, but I do think it's interesting, like, that he did come, like, the guy who started it did come forward and say, no, I made it all up, JK. But it also doesn't surprise me that everyone's like, no, you're wrong. You didn't make it up. Like, we're not going to listen to the guy who started it. Like, that just sounds like people today.
I mean, it's true, but we have an issue listening to anyone today. Anything at all. I mean,
Yeah.
look at America right now. We are really
we can't
struggling.
even listen to the CDC saying stay home, wear a mask. So
I mean,
I'm not surprised by people being like, look, you put out this theory, now you're backtracking and saying it's not true, and so now we just don't believe you. We believe your original statement.
Yeah, and it's happening
So
everywhere.
I'm not surprised by that.
I mean, lots of places are having this issue. Well, not to the extent that we are, but it is happening in other countries. And so it's not just Americans being stupid. No offense to every American out there listening. There are stupid people. It is other people in other countries as well. Just don't want to believe the truth because there always has to be something else happening at the exact same time that counteracts everything that is actually true.
I mean, yeah, that goes for everything. Like, we just want to hear what we want to hear. Like, if we don't like something, like typically, like as humans, I just feel like we don't want to listen.
I did that with my headphones, but I don't think my mic was on. I don't know what that was.
I don't know. I heard a weird sound. Maybe it was an alien coming to get us.
It was Avril's clone. It was Melissa.
No, Melissa, go away. I did think it was weird that the one thing I thought was really weird from this conspiracy, and maybe one of our listeners will know and they'll be like, nah, this is why. But like, why was the name Melissa written on her hand in that photo shoot?
That is the one weird thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Avril, let us know. Please tell us if you remember. I mean, that was a long time ago. That was over 10 years ago.
That was early. That was like 2002 or 2003. I mean, that was early. I'm sure there was a reason why. I just.
Oh, Ben.
Oh no.
Oh, he's
Ben, you got
frozen.
the kick timer.
Yeah.
He's frozen. I just thought he was being still on his phone.
No, I think Ben's getting kicked off. His internet got
Jeez.
mad.
Oh, man. He made it like almost all the way through the game.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we don't know when the game's going to end, but.
Well, I don't know.
He got pretty far though.
Good. Should we text him?
That would be the nice thing to do.
Cairo has changed her position. Oh,
As we wait for Ben.
Cairo's like switched around and now she's licking herself. So if you hear it, will y'all please tell us that you hear the cat licking so we can mute ourselves? Because it's gross.
Yeah, I don't see him at all. All.
No. Ben will come back.
Sad day.
Oh no, it crashed his
I was hoping that
computer.
we had solved majority of our connection thingies.
Well, I mean, internet has issues, so even there can always go something can always go wrong with the internet, even if like
Mhm.
all your devices work really well and everything. It's
Yeah.
at any time. I mean, we could have an internet outage at any time. Who knows? Y'all, well, now that we're done talking about our conspiracy and while we wait for Ben to get his internet back, we've started watching a really new, like, not really, a new trashy show.
New to us, trashy show. Apparently, there's 9 seasons of it.
Yeah, it's been around for a bit, but this is the first that we are watching it. Probably because it's the first it's been on Netflix. It is called, what is called? Married at First Sight. Have y'all watched this?
I've heard of it.
No, is it the Indian matchmaking?
No,
no.
it's
Okay,
it-
never mind.
it's I mean, it's probably the same premise. It's the couples interview, they get matched, they then get married, and then they have to live 8 weeks with each other and decide whether or not it's for them, basically. But they don't get to talk to each other beforehand. Literally, it's like, oh man, I just met you because I'm walking down the aisle towards you.
Yeah, like
Oh,
they don't see a picture of each other. Like they don't talk to each other. They don't even know the other person's name. And then they have a wedding ceremony. And the first time they see each other is when the bride is walking down the aisle. And then they like introduce themselves. And then the pastor, or whoever, like, says a little bit about them. And then they get married. They legally, I guess, well, according to the show, they legally get married. We just started it. So they picked like 4 couples and we saw them all get married and now they're all on their honeymoon. So we're watching their honeymoon. But one person, she's an 8th grade English teacher, and I'm like, how does she still have a job after doing this show? Like, there's no way.
And especially because she's like, I just want to kiss him. I just want to make out with him. Yeah, we had sex. And it's just like, a teacher really shouldn't be talking like that if your
Oh.
name is out there and you're on public TV.
Like, I can't imagine doing something. Like, I don't even show my face on here or say my full name. And this is like a family friendly podcast. Like, well, I mean, it's about conspiracy theories. So, as friendly as that is, but
Ben, you've returned.
Ben, you're back.
Yeah, but I lost everything that I had earlier.
Oh no,
so,
it's a good thing we started Craig and have another backup.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it is what it is. Do I still have a kick timer if I've been
You've-
kicked out?
No, you're good.
No, you're still in the game.
You're still in.
you
yeah,
are hoping.
it's
I'm not
your
even
turn. So I don't know.
attempting to record on my own for the rest of this episode.
That's okay.
So,
Yeah, the backup. I'm sorry that you didn't get a kick timer all the way out.
yeah, I kind of wish I had at this point. I'm not gonna lie with y'all.
Sorry.
But the good news,
Does anybody have any clay?
No.
no.
Unfortunately,
good news is we did not roll a
That's the one
7
thing
though.
I don't have.
That is
Shoot, you
good
have 16
news,
cards.
but I sure do, and I need to not.
Ben, we were talking about this new show that Maegan and I started watching, the Married at First. Well, it's not new, but it's called Married at First Sight. Have you seen it?
I have
It's
not.
outrageous. It's so stupid, but it's so entertaining because we're watching it, and I'm excited to go watch it again. We like really trashy TV.
Yeah, it's just easy.
We like that, and we watched that Love Is Blind. That's what it was called. It's like a very similar like kind of thing. It's on Netflix. And then my favorite show was The Circle.
Oh, The Circle was so good. I don't know if y'all watched it, but it was worth it.
It's on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, you should.
No, I never seen it.
It's complete trash, but
Oh shoot! I didn't want to trade 2 sheep first.
Kyra was playing with the trackpad in one of the computers. So
Jasmine, I'm gonna offer this same trade in just a second, and I'll trade with you.
Okay.
This is a really long Catan game.
It really is. It really is.
I'm slightly
I think
surprised.
it's just been
Normally they don't
it's
go
been a
this
pretty
long.
competitive one.
I feel like normally this one doesn't last
Come
this
on,
long.
Jasmine.
I already accepted.
My bad. I didn't
Oh,
hit
it
B.
didn't.
Yeah, I thought this board was supposed to be one of the quicker games.
Yeah,
It
does
usually
normally
is when-
go.
But I
It
guess
does
not.
normally. It's more the fact that like we've been going back and forth with who's in the lead and all that.
Yeah.
It's not
Mhm.
just one person dominating.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben tied up there with 11 now. It could literally be anyone's game at this point.
Yeah.
I guess we're out of development cards. I went to buy a development card and it said no.
Oh, that's
Wait,
awkward.
that
Oh,
actually
interesting.
happens?
Yeah.
Apparently, I can't buy one.
I don't think we've ever
Look,
experienced
I-
that.
Yeah, I've never experienced
Interesting.
that either.
All right. Well, that was a waste of trading in my cards then. I didn't know that would happen.
Huh. That's never happened. Interesting.
That's also strange considering like you use the night cards, so like why can't they be put back into the deck?
Right.
I
Right?
mean, we would do that if we were playing in person. I guess the Switch version's like, nah.
Okay. Well, that ruined my life, but that's fine.
Yikes.
Oh, Lord.
Yikes. So I'm going into my classroom this week. I'm a little anxious. I'm going on Tuesday to pick up my keys, and then I'm going to go set up my room for what I think is going to be in-person teaching come September 8th. I think. I could be wrong. If anyone is available Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of this week and you want to come help me move some furniture, I would love to have you coming to help me because we got all new furniture this year and I'm a little nervous that I won't be able to move it all myself. And yeah,
Seriously.
so y'all should come help me out.
Unfortunately, I will be working.
Yeah.
I will also be working during the day.
No one wants to come help me. I get it.
I don't think it's
get
that we
it.
don't want to. I think it's that we have work,
I
our
know.
work.
I'm
like-
kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my goodness, Maegan, tell us about the story that you read earlier today about the ants.
2020 just keeps giving, or I guess this was the end of 2019, actually.
I'm so angry. I am so angry.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry,
so
Ben.
angry.
No.
I hate this so much. I hate this game. Why do we play this game? I hate
Why
this
did we
game so
center our
much.
whole podcast around this
Anyway.
game? I don't know.
Yes. Anyway,
So,
you were saying.
Twitter apparently gives me the wonderful thing today. Apparently, in November, 1 million cannibal ants escaped from a Soviet Union bunker.
Okay.
But what? A bunker?
Yeah, a bunker. It was like a
Wouldn't that be
nuclear
fine?
bunker
Because
or
if
something
they're
like
cannibal ants, they would just eat other ants.
that. I thought cannibal meant they eat us.
I think
No.
I think cannibal is like you eat like your own
Oh, okay.
type.
Species.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I read it as it eating us. But I could be wrong. But anyway, 1 million ants escaped this like nuclear fallout bunker thing like in 2019. Or in November of 2019. So we were, I don't know, too busy with Thanksgiving to know that this happened.
Okay, unpopular opinion. The ants actually started COVID.
Now we're just the show that starts conspiracy theories.
I'm down. I bet we could start a good one about those ants. I'm down.
Probably. Hey,
I-
Ben, did you propose a trade of stone for wood earlier?
No, it was wood for stone.
Oh, like I give you wood, you give me stone?
No, like I give you wood, you give me
Oh,
stone.
can you yeah, propose that again. I'm
I will
sorry. I should
definitely
have said
propose
yes to that.
again. I will gladly take your stone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. The only other like ridiculous thing that I read was about the China seeds, and did y'all know about these China seeds? These seeds coming from China.
No, but
Yeah, I had
now
seen
my
something.
Switch is dying, so I have to go get my charger.
Oh my
I
goodness.
started this game at 100%.
It's fine. It's taking a little bit longer
Yikes.
than we thought it would.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah, no, I had seen
Do you
that they're
hear?
like shipping stuff that are shipping seeds that were no bueno.
So, I didn't know about this, and there was someone on our Nextdoor app that said something about how they got a package that they weren't expecting from China, and they made the joke of it's probably seeds. And Maegan was telling me about it, and I was like, why would they not remember if they ordered seeds? Because this literally happened like yesterday or the day before. Because I had not heard about the China seed thing yet. I had no idea this was going on. But then now that I know about it, I've been seeing things all over my social media about these seeds.
Yeah, so whenever I brought up that like post on Nextdoor, I was very confused why you weren't as like, oh my goodness about it, because like I had heard about the seeds. I just assumed that you heard about the seeds because you're on Facebook more than I do, or you like read news articles more than I do. So I thought you would have known about the seeds, but apparently I was wrong. But in case you don't know about the seeds, so what's happening is China is supposedly sending out these random bags of seeds to people that might contain invasive plant species. Ooh.
Yeah, I've been reading, or I've been seeing articles.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. But the deal is also though they're sending different types of seeds. Like it's not the same seed. It's a different type of seed to different people. Like the seeds themselves, I don't know if it's actually a different type, but the seeds themselves look different.
And someone planted some. Was it in Arizona?
Ooh.
I think.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's where it was.
What?
Yeah, someone planted some. I think it was Arizona. I read today that they got seeds like 2 months ago, and they planted them like 2 months ago. And so now, like,
Oh my goodness.
some government organization is gonna like come in and like dig them up because I guess they're afraid that it's gonna be an invasive species and take over our like vegetation and things here. But I don't know. I was like, if I got some seeds in the mail from China, I'd be like,
Well, especially if you're not expecting them, I would probably just be like, "This, I'm not going to accept this. Thank you."
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not expecting it, like I open the bag, I'm not expecting it, and they'd probably get thrown away.
Yeah. That's what I would do anyway.
My first thought was anthrax, but you know, is that still a thing? Or is that only like post 9/11, like
Oh,
for a
it's
short time?
there. It's
I don't
just
know.
not as prevalent as back then.
Yeah, I mean, I think CJ's right. Like it's still there. I just don't think anyone's like really trying to make it a thing again.
I guess we have too many other things going on in the world that we don't have time to like worry about anthrax. I do remember.
I was about to win and then didn't realize I was out of cities, so I traded everything I could possibly have used to actually continue to play this game so that I could trade stuff
Well,
in.
guess what? We
for these
still have
freaking
point. Like there's you could still go around and get it again. We don't know what's gonna happen.
No, I just want to be done.
Anyway, what were? Oh yeah, anthrax. Oh yeah, anthrax. Let's talk about anthrax some more because everyone wants to listen to us talk about anthrax.
Ben's got a kick timer again.
Do y'all? Okay. I very vividly remember this anthrax thing though, because I was in middle school, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was like right after 9/11, right?
Yeah, and I don't know the timeline how quickly it was like a big deal after. I mean, I thought it was pretty quickly because of course like something happened and we all jumped to conclusions immediately because that's what we do best here in the United States. We like to jump to conclusions.
Hence the seeds.
Yeah. But I don't know. I do remember that everyone was like freaking out anytime they got like an Amazon package or what. Well, I don't even know. Is Amazon even a thing?
No, it was anytime anything was in the mail, really, without a sender.
And I remember like specifically they were like, if you have like an envelope that looks like it's been tampered with or like it's extra wrinkly or whatever. And I was like, isn't that everything?
It was like the packages here, but that was, I mean, anthrax was real. I was about to say, but that was real. Well, anthrax was real too for some people, but.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so Ben has been replaced by an AI, so let's see how long it takes.
I bet Ben wins now.
Awesome.
You are an AI.
I was so close to actually winning.
Your AI could still win.
And I'm having I'm full of rage right now.
I'm sorry, Ben.
I'm sorry. This is, Catan can do this to people. It can make you angry.
I'm mostly mad at the technology.
Well, that's fair.
Tech happens.
Yeah, I've been there.
It is frustrating. You should see me anytime something goes wrong and it doesn't work with technology. I just like basically want to break it. And
you literally should have seen before while we were setting up and how frustrated she was with the cats because she thought they were going to touch her technology and break things.
But the cats aren't technology. So that's a whole different thing.
Well, I said they were going to touch the tech and break things.
I was going to touch the tech and break things. Ooh, the anthrax and the packages. It makes me think of the bomb scare that we had. Why do we always have issues in the mail?
Well, and the bomb scare wasn't even the mail. It was FedEx.
Well, FedEx mail stuff, so.
Well, yeah, but they don't use the postal system. Like, that's just not what happens.
Was it only
True.
FedEx that had the bomb packages?
I thought for a couple at the beginning, he literally dropped them off, like the bomber. And then and then the last one, he got caught because of FedEx.
Right. Well, okay. So if you don't, in Austin.
We need 14 points.
Yeah, you need 14.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Okay. I was thinking it was 13 this whole time.
In Austin, was it last year?
I think so.
I think it was 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years because it was when
I think it was the same year as
year.
the water boil thing.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It was 2 years ago because we were in the other apartment. We were the one. Yeah.
Yeah, we had
because we had a lock in place during it.
We did. We had like a serial bomber in Austin, and it was a pretty tragic thing. Like he took the lives of some good people with his serial bombing.
My AI is so dumb. You can't build
He
there,
can.
he?
Yeah, he can.
What? Well, then I'm dumb.
He just has to get there first.
Well, I mean, because he could disrupt, is it Maegan's, like road or count of roads?
So when we had this bomb scare 2 years ago, the whole city of Austin was just like on edge. I mean, I remember they were like,
does anyone have stone before I keep trying to ask?
No.
No.
Okay.
Because they government, like they were coming out and telling us like, watch for this, watch for that, because this guy was using like all different types of bombs and like different ways to set off bombs. And like I remember even like at our apartment, we were like, before we walked outside, we were checking out the door and like making sure like there weren't tripwires, because that was one of the things, is like one of the bombs was set off by a tripwire. And like it was insane. Like the whole city of Austin, like we were all just freaking out about these bombs, because it started with one and then it was like several weeks or like a month or something later that the second one went off. And then they started happening like all the time. Like it was constant. We were having like packages explode. And then at one point we had, he was caught on camera dropping off a package at a FedEx. And it actually was the FedEx that was right across from the apartment where Maegan and I lived at the time. Literally, we could like look outside our window and see this FedEx. And so there was also a bomb that went off, or was found close by in one of the neighborhoods surrounding close by our apartment complex.
Yeah, it was a neighborhood right across from that Best Buy by us.
Yeah. So one morning we got this like shelter in place, like lockdown text from the city
Yeah.
saying that they're looking out for bombs in your area because there was one found like close by. And I remember like calling my principal and being like, I don't know what to do. I got this text. Oh,
I won.
Jasmine won.
it's over.
Oh my god, there were 28 sevens rolled.
Y'all had a rough game. I'm so glad I wasn't
28?
playing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, to wrap up my little bomb story, because no one cares about this, but I'm telling you, I remember calling my principal and being like, I don't know what to do because Austin says I can't leave, and there are like police cars outside and stuff. And I went, and that was like the only day I'd ever been late to school, and I didn't even miss a class because at one point I was like, I'm just gonna go, and I didn't miss my first period. I was dedicated to my students. Anyway, all right, our game of Catan has finally wrapped up. So, Maegan, do you want to go over the stats for us?
Yeah. So we have the winner with Jasmine, who won with, of course, 14 points, 16 roads. Her and CJ were technically tied for number of roads, but I think Jasmine had longest road last.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works. You have to have one plus one more to get longest road back. So
Yeah.
she got that one. And then CJ and Ben were tied for second place there, with 13 points. CJ had largest army during the game though. And then I got last with 10 points. I had 3 victory point cards at the end of it. So everyone
nice.
else I think saw like I
Nice.
had 7 points throughout the thing, but I had 10. And yeah, and like I said, we rolled 28 sevens, so that was fun, I guess. The next highest number was 8
Quite the
with
game.
22.
Yikes. Well,
I think this is the
congrats.
But
first
no
time
twos.
that we've held true to like 8 is one of those numbers that you can roll frequently in the game according to Settlers of Catan.
Statistics.
And I think this is the first time like we're actually, kind of rolling true to that statistic.
That's probably true.
Well, with that being said, this was a long game. I think we should go ahead and wrap it up quickly and then head to the after show because I only have 45 minutes until my hockey team plays and it's time to go watch the playoffs. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess anything else before I sign us off? We'll start and we find out where to find everyone.
Nah, let's get going.
Cool. So everyone, thanks for listening. Make sure to like, heart, star, favorite, and leave us a review wherever you get this podcast, or leave a comment on the YouTube, however you listen to us. Don't forget, you can also watch the game we just played on our YouTube page, Settlers of Catan't Even. So now let's finally go around this virtual table and talk about where you can find us. Katie, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Katie11318.
And Ben?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at bfelt91 or on my website at benjaminfelts.com.
And Ben is super wonderful and super duper talented and made our music for this podcast. So make sure to reach out to him if you need any music composed for you. Jasmine, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at _SnoopJazzyJazz and on Instagram at PrincessJasmine14.
CJ, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at ClevengerCJ.
Woohoo. And finally, you can find me at Maegan Wilson _ on Twitter and the Instagrams. It's going to be linked in the show notes because my name is sometimes hard to spell. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll be back soon with more Catan and conversation. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.